come on. Be yourself. Be entertaining and informational. Yes. Wondering if your technique sucks? You're too much of an introvert to go ask random people at the gym. Are you just so secure in your technique that you don't need none of this advice? Bruh. Well, this video is perfect for you because if your ego is telling you your technique is great, here's a confirmation to see if it really is great. Now, who is this guy judging your form? My name is Disciplined Dave, where I put the technique in your physique. That's the mantra of my channel. So with that, let's find out if your technique is good and how to tell if it's good. By the way, if you're feeling like motivated right now and you're starting to watch videos of working out, my channel has all this fitness stuff. So if you like fitness stuff, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Now, the first way to tell if you have good technique, are you feeling the muscle you're trying to develop in the exercise while during the exercise? I know, easy concept, but some people feel that, okay, I'm doing an exercise that works out chest, so I gotta be working out my chest. But that's not really what's going on there. I'm gonna give you a couple examples. If you're doing a bench press and you're pushing that bar up, and then right after you grab your shoulders, then you didn't work out your chest. If that shoulder was feeling sore, something's wrong. You're doing the bench press wrong. Another example, if you're doing a cable fly on a cable machine, same scenario, and you're just kind of, you're doing your little cross action there, and you're feeling a pain or a soreness in your shoulder, you're not doing a chest fly. I know I said cable fly, but chest fly. So with that said, there's many different ways that you can work out the chest, but you need to do it effectively so you feel it right in the chest. So I'll just give you one tip for an exercise like the bench press, because a lot of people are pushing a lot of plates, but they're not actually contracting their chest. So for that exercise, you want to make sure that your shoulders are down, your traps are down, elbows in, and within most cases, and just most, you're gonna feel it in your chest. But when I say most, everybody's bodies are different. That tip may work for some of the people that I just told you, and some people will be like, I still don't feel it in my chest. That's why every time that you are exercising, which I like the term training more, you're training trying to feel that contraction of the muscle. Same thing with something like a bicep curl. You want to make sure that when you're curling, you can actually feel that bicep contract. If you feel it more in your forearms, something has to change. And I'm not here to go over everything that you need to change, but you need to think, what am I doing wrong to not feel it right there? For me, sometimes with a bicep curl, I have to twist my arm a little bit more inward. Sometimes I need my wrist to be bended down a little bit, but you need to think of all these different things as you're doing every rep to feel that contraction. And if you can't figure it out, change exercises. There's some people who do wide grip pull-ups and don't feel it in their back at all. So if that, why don't you try a lat pull down instead? There isn't a one size fits all when it comes to exercises. That's why we have all these varieties. So just make sure that you can actually feel the muscle, and if you don't, change something where that happens or change exercises. Next, yes, I'm gonna use my phone because I like to take notes and I can't remember everything, okay? I'm a meathead, not a brainiac. Oh, this is a good one. Are you sore from the muscle while doing the exercise, after you're done with your workout, or up to 2 days after you finish your workout? Soreness is a good indicator that you're really targeted that muscle. And when I say sore, you're sore in the muscle that you're trying to develop. If you have a bicep and tricep days, those should feel sore during those instances, during, after the workout, or up to 2 days after the workout. If that's not happening at all, you're gonna have to change something. Here's a tip that usually works for most people. Whatever exercise you're doing, you really want to maximize the stretch. So if you're doing a cable fly, warranted you don't have a shoulder injury, you want to go all the way back until that chest is fully stretched out and expanded. Love the stretch, be the stretch. And then from there, from that point, come in with a contraction. Research has showed that if you have more stretch in the muscle, the more that the muscle is going to develop and build and tear those muscle fibers. So I want you to feel that stretch before you come back to that contraction. Don't go partial, feel it all the way. This will help out most people. Now, you may not be sore because you're not really getting a lot of good repetition at high resistance in order to really develop that muscle. If you're a beginner out there, you're probably going to get sore no matter what. But if you're getting to that intermediate to advanced level, there has to be real intention to target that muscle. This shows that you're going to have good technique in that exercise. If you're sore in that muscle, you did it right. Now next, if you have a day or a muscle that you're trying to target, if you feel a pump in that muscle, when I say pump, you know, that's when you're looking in the mirror while you're at the gym or you're at home in the mirror and like you are looking like Hulk. And then an hour later, you're looking like your old kind of bland self. That's kind of how it works out when you're trying to build muscle naturally. But if you take care of your diet, you can look pretty shredded for a long time. Let me know if you want to see a video about diet. But a pump in the muscle is a good indicator. Normally what creates a good pump is going to be blood flow to the muscle. So stretch and contraction is the key with really good resistance. If you've been working out for a while and you're not feeling the pump, what you need to do is a little bit of increasing that weight every single set till it becomes challenging. And let's say if you're doing like 8 to 10 reps, you really want to be struggling at that 8, and it's almost next to impossible to do that 10. Now, if you get to 10 and it's feeling like, you know what, I can pump out a couple more, don't stop in the middle of that set. I don't want you to save it for the next one. Keep going until it's challenging and then increase the weight. And then I want you to go ahead and hit that 8 to 10 number again. This is called progressive overload. Progressive overload is really going to make those muscles shock and say, oh no, I need to grow. And that's what we want in order to make sure that we can build muscle effectively. Now, throughout this video, you hear me saying that that's gonna work for most people. Because here's the thing when it comes to technique. Technique is not one size fits all. There's somebody you're gonna look at and you're gonna say that technique is horrible. But in the way that they're doing it, it may be targeting their muscle very well. So don't go out there and judge people, okay? I used to be that guy. Don't go out there judging people at the gym saying like your technique is bad. It might be good for them. Now there are exceptions of the rule. If you're doing something that's completely different, it's not intended to target that muscle, and you know, you talk to that person if you got the guts to do that, and they say that they're targeting a muscle that's completely not in that group, okay, like maybe that's the wrong exercise for them. But don't worry about everybody else's form and technique. Don't be judging people like that, okay? You wanna make sure that you're focused on your goals. And that goal is to make sure that you really have an effective workout that day. And then be effective, you need to make sure that you get a good pump. You want to make sure that you're feeling that muscle that you're trying to develop, and you're trying to get that soreness. So that way, when you're resting and recovering, because that's what builds muscle, that you're actually building that muscle back up. Now, a lot of my previous videos, you see me with arrows and stuff pointing to how the technique should go. And I need to make sure that you're aware that that may not work for everyone. I actually made a couple other videos about those cable flies, about how you should be able to feel your chest more when you're doing this exercise, because I think it's so crucial to developing your chest. Like, I don't even bench press anymore. But that's because bench pressing doesn't contract my muscle as well as cable flies. And you might be that same person. And I would tell you, out of all my muscle groups, my chest is probably the most developed and the most that pops out. When I go to the beach, people are like, damn. Wasn't a humble brag, just trying to make this clear that you don't have to bench press to get a big chest. I mean, you can if you want to. It's great. People like it. They're like, see all these plates, man. You can lift up. You must be really strong. Like, if you want that, go right ahead, do that. And if you're really lost, go ahead and make sure you join my membership program, where I guide you along from beginner, intermediate to advanced to make sure that you're getting into the best shape of your life to be the best you that you can be. So if you're looking to build muscle and everything is done at home, just hit that join button below for the membership program. So in short, it's not about all these special things that works for everybody when it comes to technique. It's a lot more about feel in your body. So I want to make sure I drill that down your head. There's a lot of videos and other YouTubers are not going to tell you this. They're going to act like they know everything that works for everybody. That's impossible. There's different shapes and sizes. Bodies are built differently. People have different type of things going on with them that you don't know about medically. And so if you understand the concept of the feel, you're gonna make great decisions and have more effective workouts. You're gonna see changes in your body better if you think this way more. The charts and the graphs and the numbers, if that's what gets you motivated, that's fine. But if you're reaching a plateau, this is gonna take you to the next level. You've gotta understand how things feel in your body in order to get to that level where you have that 10% looking body. Like when you go to the gym, how many people are really in shape? Probably 1 out of 10. So that's 10% of the population, okay? And if you wanna be a 10%er, you gotta do 10% things. Everybody's looking at how you do this form and this technique or anything, but the 10%ers, like those bodybuilders and stuff, you hear them always talking about mind-muscle connection. That's what this is. If you can understand that, then you're gonna be that 1 out of 10 in the gym where people are gonna be looking at you for advice. Well, I've run out of words, so make sure you go ahead and watch this video because YouTube says you're gonna like it a lot.